Hello there gorgeous gamers, and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we've got a review for Paw Patrol World, the latest game featuring those awesome pups. But is it any good? Well, if you're a child, it's the Mutt's nuts. If you're an adult, well, it's still kind of alright. Hear me out and I'll tell you all about it. Paw Patrol World is easily the best Paw Patrol game out there, though the bar has not been set especially high by previous releases. Naturally, the Paw Patrol games are aimed at younger players, and Paw Patrol World is no different in that respect, but it has a bit more substance with its open world approach. Now, long-time viewers of this channel will know that our child labour comes in the form of my son, Charlie, who has been a Paw Patrol fan since being a toddler. These days, well, he's 8 now, so he'd rather play Roblox, Smash Bros and Pokemon, so while Paw Patrol World does have a fully functional couch co-op, I barely got a chance to use it. At the age of 8, it's just a little bit too basic for the lad. But co-op is there if you want it, which is always a nice touch, especially in games for younger players where a helping hand is sometimes needed, even if the gameplay is very simple. The story of Paw Patrol is par for the course and wouldn't be out of place on the TV show or one of the movies. Mayor Humdinger and his pack of kitties are up to no good, and it's the Paw Patrol team who have to save the day. Standard stuff. It means roaming around the open world until you find Ryder to take on a main story mission. After 10 story missions, it's time to progress to the next part of the story, which takes place on a different map. While the game begins in the familiar Adventure Bay, the story takes players and their pups across 4 locations, each one filled with collectibles, story missions and side quests to complete. The majority of the game's missions, whether they're the main story or optional side quests, all boil down to go here, press and hold a button until an action is completed, and follow the rule of 3 by doing these actions 3 times to complete the mission. It is overly simple for a grown-up, and maybe even for some younger players, but for those starting out or still around the age of 6, it's fine, and they won't moan about losing control of their character while they perform the heroic action. For those players, it's all about just taking part and being dazzled by the faithful recreation of their favourite TV show. I'll be honest with you, I actually got way too invested in Paw Patrol World. It's on Game Pass, so it costs nothing with the subscription, and if you're like me and do the Game Pass quests to collect points, you'll know that each day you need to get an achievement in a Game Pass game. Paw Patrol World started out as nothing more than a means to an end, a cheap and nasty way of getting that all-important Game Pass achievement and getting my precious reward points. But I actually found Paw Patrol World to be, well, not fun as such, but pleasant. The kind of game you can throw on for half an hour and forget about everything else while running around collecting dog biscuits and helping the hapless folks of Adventure Bay and beyond. One aspect of the game that I was a little bit disappointed with is in the game's collectibles. You can unlock a ton of stuff to customise the crew, like hats and so on, as well as stickers to add a bit of personal flair to each character's vehicle. But there are also outfits that are paid DLC. I'm not against DLC as a whole. Done right, it's a fair way for developers and publishers to claw back some extra profit. They are businesses after all, and they should make some money. But in a game aimed at kids, it just feels wrong to lock stuff behind a paywall, especially when the target audience is too young to understand the reasons why they can't have X, Y and Z, and it puts pressure on parents who may not have the finances to spare to throw money around on digital trinkets. Paw Patrol World opens up the franchise to the idea of open world adventures, and it does it in a way that's accessible for all. The controls are very simple, the gameplay is simple, the graphics are eye-catching and faithful to the game's origins, and there's even voice acting, which in these budget licensed games is quite rare. There's not much beyond the main story, but kids will find it fun, and there is plenty to discover and collect, and you can't really ask for much more than that. And that is the end of this review. Thank you for watching, it is appreciated. If you enjoyed this video and want more of the good stuff, go on down below and hit the like and subscribe buttons below, and give the bell icon a tap so you're notified whenever we've got new stuff for you to watch. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous pups. No, I'm not into pup play, and I'll see you on the next one, you filthy mutts.